Hi there. My name is Anya. This is my Luminosity yoga channel, and this is the new moon in Cancer video taking place on the 25th of June, 2025. And I bring yoga and astrology together to help you get an embodied understanding of the cosmic energies of each and every lunar month and occasionally other transits that are happening. So let me help you get a feeling for what a moon in Cancer or new moon in Cancer and thus a lunar cycle in the sign of Cancer is all about. Cancer is a cardinal sign, meaning it starts the season and it is a water sign and it is ruled by the moon as such. So there's a lot of lunar energy here, a lot of feminine energy, yielding energy, nurturing, connected to the idea of mother, of the things that help us feel safe and at home. It is about caring and also the emotional tides that literally like a crab goes through and lives in the tides and actually the moving kind of sideways rather than directly in communication, in action. And yeah, so it's a lot about emotional vulnerability and therefore needing safety. So you can actually move and create structures that help you feel safe and at home and nurtured. And so these might all be questions that you have yourself at this point. How can I build possibly new structures that make me feel more at ease and safer within internally? And like right now, we have a conjunction with Jupiter in Cancer. So Jupiter is has just moved into the sign of Cancer. So for a whole year, we will have Jupiter in Cancer, and so bringing kind of an expansion to all things Cancer in our lives. And of course, that can be both collectively to do with these issues of where we feel safe at home, nurtured or not, and how we try to create structures in order to feel as such. And individually, it depends on where Cancer falls in your chart. So it's very important for you to look where actually 4 degrees of Cancer, where the new moon will take place this month, where does this fall in your chart? In which house is that? And do you have any important placements there? And so we have this kind of expansive quality to everything Cancer at this point. And at the same time, there's like a slightly disruptive energy with Pluto in Aquarius, a quincunx. So that's a slightly uncomfortable energy. So it might be something that you feel, on the one hand, needing to find things that, feel like to expand, let's say, where you feel comfortable and at ease, and at the same time maybe something in society where you want to explore, creating a certain kind of discomfort. So wanting to maybe express yourself emotionally or being emotionally vulnerable, but then this kind of Aquarian quality being quite detached and not allowing that to an extent. So maybe an environment where it is difficult to feel at home and safe. However, needing to try new things and expand in a way. So there might be some sort of dis-ease with these topics. Um, we have more supportive energy from Mars and Virgo. That's a sextile, which is like a beneficial energy, but you need to actually lean into that energy and entertain that in order to yield, let's say, good results. And so establishing certain structures around things that create more comfort, more stability, more safety, for more emotional nurturing for you might be very important. So think about systems that help you nurture the seeds that you're planting. And again, look at the house where this lunation falls in. Emotional softness is very important. Gentleness, maybe also making space for your emotions this month, even if it feels like you don't have that time, is extra important. So, resting, finding places to nurture yourself, to comfort yourself, and to rest, I highly recommend it. And pausing in order to feel your feelings or having important conversations is also something that seems always important, but especially important under this energy. Also, you can really connect to higher guidance. If you are not sure how to create what you want to bring into this life, do ask for support. Do ask for your spirit guides and whatever spirits you connect to. Ask them for guidance. Ask them for help. Um, we have the Sabian symbols. So these are channeled symbols connected to each degree of each of the 12 zodiac signs. And the Sabian symbol for the lunation for the 4 degrees of Cancer. And with the Sabian symbols, you always round up to the next degree. So that would be 5 degrees of Cancer. Is at a railroad crossing, a car races with a train. So there might be a desire to compete, but at the same time, you need to exercise caution. So there is again this kind of friction that between maybe your individual needs and then what the collective actually, the momentum of a collective. And it's important to move slowly and let the water guide you rather than trying to race full speed ahead. And sextile, as I said, with Mars and Virgo at the 4 degrees. So 5 degrees of Virgo, the Sabian symbol for that is a person becoming aware of nature spirits and normally unseen spiritual energies. So again, there is this invitation to let spirituality or strong feelings of another level of awareness guide you, and imagination and spirituality possibly showing you a clearer path at this point than understanding, than controlling things or wanting to control things in a kind of more cerebral way, or try and approach it from a more cerebral way. So, in medical astrology, Cancer is connected to your belly, to the breasts. As I said, also breastfeeding, nurturing, mother. And I invite you to a short practice to do mainly with this kind of wanting to open up, but then withdrawing into your own space, and to a series of Chandra Namaskars, so moon salutations, Chandra being the moon, with a slight adaptation for those who are not as flexible. And let's start by moving onto the ground, onto the mat, into a wide-legged child's pose. Bring your feet together, your knees apart as wide as you like. So we come into this kind of protective pose, arms stretched out. And we take some deep breaths into our belly, really sensing the breath in the belly. And with the exhale, release everything to the ground that you no longer need. Sensing your belly expanding on your inhale and then deflating on your exhale. And with every exhale, imagine a root growing down into the earth and connecting you to the center of the earth. And with every inhale, receive the nurturing from Mother Earth. Receive it in your belly. Let it expand further up into your heart, all the way up through your arms into your hands, and then exhale, release everything into the earth. 2 more times. Allow yourself to receive the inhale. And let go of your exhale. And then set an intention for this lunar cycle in Cancer. And I've given you a couple of ideas. Maybe there's something that's standing out for you, or something that you know you want to nurture, you want to sow a seed for this month. And it could be something like to create a structure that helps me experience both emotional safety while allowing me to expand and try new things at the same time. Then bring that into the body with your breath. And then on your next inhale, activate your arms, push into the ground, come up on all fours. Legs can be wide, and then let your hips drop as far as you can. Lift your heels. You can look up if that's comfortable for you. If not, just look straight ahead, and on exhale, go back into your child's pose. And just repeat, rolling up on your inhale, arms stretched out. Open your fingers, hands under the shoulders, lift your legs, look up if that's comfortable for you, open your heart. And you can only go, if it's too much, you can go only that far. So just adapt it for your body and then just sit back. Very important that you follow your intuition and you follow what your body actually allows you to do at any given moment. So if it's a stop here, you just stop. So just make sure that you gently expand your comfort zone and you don't rush into movements that your body is not ready for. And just really see that as a general theme for the lunar cycle. Being gentle, being mindful of what helps you expand and still feel emotionally safe. And the last one. And then just come back on all fours. Tuck your toes under. Inhale, open up to the sky. And exhale, round. And then really embrace yourself. So see if you can even reach for your shoulder blade. Inhale, open up to the sky. If you cannot sit like that with your toes tucked under, sit on your flat feet or find another comfortable posture. And then just cross the arms the other way around and embrace yourself. Hold yourself gently here for a moment. Inhale, and exhale again. Switch the cross of your arm. Inhale, expanding. Exhale, switch the cross of your arms. And one more time each side. Inhale, opening up. Crossing the other arm on top. And last time. Inhaling, opening the heart, exhaling, holding yourself. And coming on all fours. Bring your seat to your heels. And come into downward facing dog. And again, you can make it a comfortable down dog. You can walk on the spot. Have your legs as wide as you want to and need to. And then slowly make your way to the front of the mat. Bend your knees a little bit. Grab your elbows from below. Just hang here for a second. And breathe into the belly again. Release your head. See if your chest can actually rest on your thighs. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Release your arms, gently shaking your head, your arms. Puckering your lips, releasing. Bending your knees a bit more. Bring your tailbone underneath you. Slowly roll up. One vertebra at a time. And also bringing the shoulder blades back. Coming to the front of your mat. And I'm going to guide you through a short grounding practice before we move into the moon salutation. So gently release any tension in the knees, hips, elbows, shoulders. And just feel the feet on the ground. And feel yourself inside your feet. Whatever you can sense there. And then ground yourself through your feet. Releasing the insteps, the insides of your ankles, just under the ankle bones, your lower legs, your upper legs, your knees, sensing yourself in your legs and grounding down to them. Experiencing a sense of grounding through both legs, like roots that connect you to the earth. And feeling your hips and your pelvis, pelvic floor. And again, just sensing whatever you can feel here. Let your emotional and your mental life rest, your appetite, your desires. And just sensing yourself and grounding yourself through your pelvis. Bring your awareness into your solar plexus, just below your rib cage, above the navel. And also place your hands there if you like. Seat of your willpower, your personal drive. And just sense whatever you can feel here and ground yourself through your solar plexus. Moving your awareness up to your shoulder, your collarbone. And just sensing whatever you can feel in this area around your collarbone. Grounding through your collarbones and the shoulders. And then sensing the back of your skull, your jaw, releasing any tension here, and just sensing yourself and these body parts. And grounding through them. And then finally bring your awareness to the crown of your head and whatever you can sense here. And allowing yourself to ground through the crown of your head. Feeling that you are grounded in your entire body from the crown to the toes. We're going to start with our Chandra Namaskar, moon salutation. And we're going to do one round with our eyes open and one round with our eyes closed, cultivating our ability to trust what we might not be able to see at this point. So inhale, bring your arms up, slide out towards the sky. Breathe deeply, couple of breaths here. Belly to heart, heart to belly. And then exhale, just folding forward. Again, staying here for 2 breaths. Pausing instead of rushing. Inhale, bending the legs half forward fold. And step your right leg back, left is front. Bring your right knee down to the ground. You can come up on your fingertips. Make sure that your front knee and heel are aligned. And then see if you can expand in your chest area. Again, belly to heart, heart to belly. For the traditional Chandra Namaskar, we would now step forward, and you can do that if you like, into Ardha Chandrasana on the left side. Otherwise, I invite you to the following modification. So I'm gonna move back, bring my right foot underneath me with the toes tucked under. Bring the front foot in a little bit. And just gonna go to a side stretch here, opening up. Another crescent shape. Breathing deeply. And really enjoy this, opening up. Mhm. Breathing, belly hard, heart belly. Inhaling up, exhaling down. And just bring your arms front again. Cartwheeling back. Realign the right foot, bring the left foot back. In downward facing dog. Moving into plank position. And then knees, chest, and chin. And find into a small cobra, or if you like, higher cobra, Bhujangasana. Stay here for 2 breaths. Again, belly hard, heart belly. Simply enjoying your practice. Exhale, forehead on the ground. And then find your way back into downward facing dog in whatever variation works for you. And bring your right knee towards your nose and step your right foot forward. And bring the left knee down. You can come up on your fingertips, on blocks, whatever you like. Variation of Anjali or a low lunge. And then again, you can either come forward into Ardha Chandrasana on the right, or you go into the modification. So moving your left foot underneath your buttocks, right foot front, left arm supports your side stretch. And you can come onto your fist or onto the stretched out hand, breathing deeply into the side body. And feeling that sense of grounding, regardless of what is happening, grounding through your breath into the body. And then again, come back forward, back into the low lunge. Inhale here. Release the left knee from the earth. Exhale, step into a forward fold. Stay here for an extra breath. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, release. Inhale, coming all the way up. And exhale, hands in front of your heart. Close your eyes, and we're going to do one more round with our eyes closed. Inhale, lift your heart to the sky. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhale, half forward fold, stepping the right leg back so left is front. Right knee touches down. Stay here for 2 or 3 breaths, depending on the speed of your breath. And come either into Ardha Chandrasana or into the variation I offered in the first round. And again, enjoy this crescent shape, creating space. Come cartwheel back to the front and step back into downward facing dog. Come into plank. On the knees, chest, chin. Your variation of cobra, either small or higher cobra. Hmm. And then finding your way back into downward facing dog. And bringing your right knee to the nose, stepping the right foot front. And again, finding a low lunge with the left knee touching the ground. Lifting your heart. Either you come front into Ardha Chandrasana on your right leg, or you come into the variation, turning backwards and finding that crescent shape, that side stretch. And then turning back front into your low lunge. Move your left knee off the ground. Inhale. And exhale, step forward into a forward fold. Staying for an extra breath. Inhale, come up, bring your arms up. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. Open your eyes. Inhale, come up on your toes. Count on the count to 4. And then exhale, expand your out breath. And it's something you can do at any point to regulate your nervous system, expanding your out breath. Inhale, come up on the toes. Count to 4. Exhale down, count to 6. And then we do it one more time. Inhale, come up on the count of 4. Go down on the count of 8. Very good. Inhale, arms up again. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half forward fold. And then step back into tabletop. And then cross your legs and sit back in a cross-legged posture. Put your hands on your knees, and we're just gonna roll in a clockwise direction. Roll our belly, move through the groins and the hips. Breathing into that part of our body in a clockwise direction, expanding more into our chest, into our heart, leaning into the back of our hearts as we go back. And close your eyes. Ah, and just releasing whatever tension there might be. Feel free to open them up. And then just bring the other foot, the other shin in front, and we change into anti-clockwise direction, starting small from the belly. And just as the wind's blowing here, there might be, friction. There might be emotional things blowing about, unforeseen things with Uranus moving into Gemini this month. So remember that you can come back to your breath, and that is something you can really use to ground yourself in any given moment. And so let's finish off with Chandra Mudra, the mudra of the moon. We're going to bring the insides of our hands together, small fingers touching, and also all the way up to the wrist. And then we open all the other fingers. And hold that as if you're holding a dish, an offering for the seed that you're planting this month. And find your breath again in your belly. So without effort, just finding the breath in the belly, sensing your breath, feeling your breath. And thinking of something you're thankful for, something that makes you smile, you're happy about in your life. And let the breath come and go as it likes, just sense it in the belly. The physical sensation of your breath. And if it is hard to do with this mudra and you would prefer to release the mudra, you can place your hands on your belly and do it that way. And if you like, you can stay here with this breath meditation for some time, planting your seed. And let's do that all together now with a gesture. So we're going to turn the hands the other way around and plant our seed in the ground, whatever seed that is that you want to plant for the new year. And then again, we turn the palms again the other way into Chandra Mudra, the mudra of the moon. And we're going to spread the merits of our practice to all beings without one exception. Thank you very much for joining me. My name is Anya. This is my Luminosity Yoga channel. And I look forward to seeing you here again, or join my Lunar moon-inspired classes on Mondays at 6:30 Central European Summer Time. Thanks so much for joining me. Have a lovely Cancer lunar cycle. Namaste.